If there is going to be some form of resurrection here and work continuing before the August recess, what does that look like?
It was one of the most stunning votes I had ever witnessed in the Senate last night. Nobody had really expected at the end of the day that Senator McCain would be a deciding vote to kill this effort. This has not been a signature issue, and he's mostly voted with his party leaders on this so far. That was obviously a major defection that has pushed this into a brick wall right now. I don't see what's going to happen next. The Senate is going to be in town for another 2 weeks, but they're planning on doing the NDAA, the Defense Authorization Bill, and a number of nominations. We all heard Senator McConnell last night saying that it's time to move on. He did not sound like a man who was looking to bring up health care in the next 2 weeks, so I'm not sure that he and the White House are quite on the same page on this. And among House Republicans, a number of whom I spoke to in the last couple of hours, there's a split. Some of the more senior members are ready to move on and say, there's going to be another debate on health care. Absolutely. That's going to be what to do about these marketplaces in the Affordable Care Act that are not working. Everyone agrees those need to be fixed, including Democrats, whereas some of the more hardcore conservative members are saying we cannot give up on repeal. We've promised this too many times.
Yeah, some interim deals surely needed to stabilize those markets.
Absolutely, and that's the question here, Sahil. Will the Republicans heed the president's call to starve the law of funding and let it collapse under its own weight?
The president has been all over the place on this, Scarlett. As you know, he's talked. Sometimes he's in favor of full repeal. Sometimes he wants repeal and replace. Sometimes he's saying, let the law collapse and then let's negotiate. But look, there are bad things happening in a number of marketplaces, and some of them are kind of in a downward spiral in terms of people pulling out of those markets, not purchasing coverage, and prices having to go up and options reducing. That is all happening. Whether it actually is a viable strategy for a party that controls the House, the Senate, and the White House to let things collapse and then blame the party out of power, that is not likely to work. We've seen polling on this, and voters are much likely to blame the people who run the show if things go bad for them.